Hello there, everybody. Welcome to an eventful first round of the playoffs. It's been eventful even before the matches have started. The other player and I have had issues where apparently after last week's battles, one of us, not going to say who the guilty party was, although I think you guys might be able to figure it out from my expressions, um, accidentally blocked the other person. So we were trying to figure out why we couldn't get the battles set up. And after going through all kinds of different troubleshooting methods, we figured out that one of us just had the other one blocked. So, yeah. So now that we've gotten that like hours worth of finagling out of the way, we're going to get some playoff battles done here. Let's see. Do I have everyone in the right spot for these first round battles? I sure do. All right. So the way we're going to do battles today, because we'll have to trade the Pokemon back and forth to have, because we're doing the way our playoffs are, both teams get a crack with me running the show. So we'll do both game ones, and then we'll come back. We'll trade while I have everything paused, and then we'll come back and do game two for all the series. So game one between the Fairmont Flygon and the Pokemon Power. This better be worth it, these battles, because like I said, we were fighting with our switches for about an hour. So, me in particular, I was starting to get a little upset. So, really hoping that we don't have like a bunch of sweeps after all that. All right, we can finally use the gym leader music. We're going to use the gym leader music for the first round and second round, and then we will use the champion music. Well, I guess we have tournament and champion. So we'll do gym leader first round, tournament, and then champion. So, yep. So I think tournament is just like a remixed version of the gym leader music. I might just do gym leader both weeks. We'll see. Okay. It feels good to actually get these battles underway after everything. All right. So, here we go. Now the question becomes, what do I lead with and what do they lead with? Just making sure we're not having any connection issues again. They say everything's going fine on their end, so we should be good to go. Looking at this team, Flygon is an excellent lead except for Gardevoir and Walrein. Aggron can beat just about anything, even the Walrein if we get like a flinch. Sharpedo's pretty good. I'm going to lead with Aggron, and we'll kind of see where it goes. Because again, with Aggron, the only negative would be if they start. Because even with like the Toxicroak, we just, we just hit it hard. All right. All right, Magnezone to start. That's interesting. Trying to think of what that Magnezone has to work with against me. I know it has Tri-Attack and Thunder, so I'm assuming Flash Cannon. I haven't used the Magnezone for a while, so I'm not remembering the moveset all that well. Yeah, everything's not effective. I think I got to go into Flygon here. If it is the Thunder, we survive no problem. If it's one of the other two, it's just neutral damage. Interesting, going lock on for the Thunder. But now we're in, so it's probably not going to thunder us. My guess is that it's either going to be Wall Rain or Gardevoir. I'm just going to go Earth Power. We're a ground type. Go ground type move and hope that whatever's in we hit pretty well. It is the Gardevoir. Okay. Would have liked to see a little bit more than that, but okay. It's definitely going to hit us with a fairy move now. Dusclops. Dusclops is not my mightiest Pokemon, but at the same time, I feel like it's the Pokemon I'm most willing to give up for the sake of trying to win. Yep, that wasn't great for us. Shadow Sneak. Really would have liked a little more damage, like to get it in the red. Alright, Dusclops hangs on. Shadow Sneak again. They did not switch, so we Shadow Sneak again. And Gardevoir goes down. Alright, alright. Oh shoot, the prediction battle here. If we try to go Shadow Sneak, it could Sucker Punch us, but if we don't Shadow Sneak, it could outspeed us. And Sharpedo's weak to fighting, so I don't really want to put it in there, like try to put it in there and then it gets one shot. Let's go back to Flygon. Okay, they went for the Sucker Punch. All right, all right. All right, what are they doing? What are they doing? They are switching again. A lot of switching early in this first battle. Okay, Walreign's tanky. We're definitely not taking that out in one shot. Honestly, that's pretty good damage from what I was expecting. We got to put Regice in there because it's either going to use Ice Beam or Sheer Cold. Sheer Cold will not work on ice types. Ice Beam will not hurt us much. In fact, that's actually the main reason I brought Regice to this battle was to stop Sheer Cold in its tracks. Alright, it goes for Hydro Pump and misses. Okay, we get a chance to put our Amnesia up. So it's going to have to come at us physically if it really wants to do anything to us. Oh, boy. Right. Oh, they put the Magnezone in. Well, even if we do hit, we're not going to do a lot. We do break the Sturdy on its ability, so there's that. But, I mean, we can't do anything to this thing unless we get lucky and freeze it. Surely it's not going to thunder. No, knowing that we have Flygon in the back and we're weak to Flash Cannon. I say we just go Blizzard and hope for the best on this one. They are going to Flash Cannon. Let's hope that Amnesia helps us stay alive. It sure does. Okay. We land our first Blizzard. So we're 2 for 2 on Thunder and Blizzard. We'll go for one more Blizzard here, see if we can just get lucky and freeze it. No freeze. All right, it's pretty safe to say that it's going to go for Flash Cannon here again. So this is very risky, putting the water type in when it does no thunder, but I'm pretty sure we survived this. Yep, okay. We're going to protect. It's probably going to use Lock On or Thunder. Either one. I don't think Lock On works through Protect. We'll see. Alright, does not. We get our speed boost. There shouldn't be any question of us going first. Its Sturdy is gone and it's damaged pretty well. Let's just go right into the Earthquake here. They're going to switch. Okay, good switch, because that Magnezone was going down for sure. We've got the Wall Rain back out there. Okay. Well, I definitely don't want to put Regice in without a clean switch, because it's taking damage, and we're definitely not putting Flygon in against it or Aggron. Dusclops is beat up already. I think we just stay with Sharpedo here. But we can go Night Slash instead of Earthquake this time. Alright, is it enough? It is not enough. This is scary for Sharpedo. Sharpedo hangs on with 8 health. Okay, okay. What do they have again to pick from? Well, I mean, the other 2 are weak to Earthquake, so yeah, we just keep Earthquake. Other 3 are weak to Earthquake, so we just keep Earthquaking, and whatever's in there is going to get hit. They stay. Sharpedo will take out the Wall Rain. Alright, alright. Sharpedo's getting that speed boost. I don't think... Well, no, they have the Toxicroak. I was going to say, I don't think they have priority, but they do have the Toxicroak. And shockingly, there it is. Well, we got to retreat because it's going to Sucker Punch us. We're going to try Flygon again. I was going to say, I don't really have a great... Those other ones aren't really great options because if I put Dusclops in there, then it just dies the Sucker Punch one of these turns. Oh, I should have had Dusclops in there. I'm dumb. Dusclops has the pressure ability. We could have had it count as 2 Sucker Punches. Darn it. Well, on the bright side, I believe all of their remaining Pokemon are weak to ground. So Flygon should be okay. All right, they are going Sucker Punch here. That hurt, but Flygon took it like a champ. Here comes the Earth Power. Toxicroak survives it. Okay. Earth Power again. It's gonna Sucker Punch us again, but we're gonna take it for the sake of trying to get a knockout. Hurt a lot more that time. Critical hit. Great. Just what I needed. All right, Toxicroak will go down. All right, looking good so far, but a lot that still has to play out. Ooh, like this big boy. If that Rhyperior can get around my Flygon here, this is a totally different ballgame. We need to take this thing out. We're not going to in one shot because of Solid Rock. Ooh, it might survive an R1 depending on damage roll. That's going to hurt. Flygon will go down to the Rhyperior. And now we've got ourselves a bit of a conundrum. Because even though the Rhyperior's weakened, all my Pokemon have like 2 health left. If we don't knock it out with this hit, Sharpedo's going down for sure. If we do knock it out, I think we're going to win. Sharpedo does get the knockout. Let's see. Did I lead? I think I led Aggron this battle. So with that, all of mine have actually stepped on the battlefield. Yeah, because there's Magnezone Aggron to start, and I chickened out and retreated right away. All right, we should be faster than the Magnezone. There's our Earthquake. Magnezone will go down. And that was a 4-0 victory. That puts Power in a tough spot going into Game 2. But again, you never know. Maybe they sweep me and then they win. You know, so it's a 2-game series. So we'll see how it goes with the next one. Now we've got Game 1 of our second series today between the Harper's Ferry Haunter and the Mamoswine Flu. All right. Okay, then. So we've got Game 1 going on here. Pokemon Power is a very scary team. I know they're the 6th seed, but they are a scary team with Rhyperior's Horn Drill, Wall Range, Sheer Cold. I mean, they got a lot going for them. I'm just a pretty good battler and did better than the, not the person picking the team, but the person running the team, the CPU player. So, but that's why both teams get a game with me at the helm, because I don't always win. I win about 2/3 of the time, but I do win 2/3 of the time. So it gives both teams a shot at having the better odds. Four nothing was really huge though, because in the event of a tie, so like if the Power beat me 4-0, my team would advance because we're the higher seed. That's the tiebreaker. So it's basically going to have to be a sweep by the Power, but you never know. Like, honestly, if Walrein gets Sheer Colds going, it could very easily be a sweep. So, but we'll get to that after we get through Game 1 of this series. All right, you have Levitate, if I remember correctly. Fire Blast. Hits on the first try, and Bronzong is gone. Very quick start for Heatran there. Gastrodon. This team doesn't really have anything for fighting Gastrodon, to be honest. Oh, we could Solar Beam if we could get the Torkoal out there. Let's go Swampert for the time being, and if we can manage to get this matchup in particular after the Torkoal, then we could have a Solar Beam to possibly knock it out. Alright, we don't want to use Liquidation. I think we're slower, but on the off chance we're faster, I'm going to go with the Amnesia. Okay. That way Earth Power won't do as much to us. All right, now we try our own Earth Power. About the same. All right, they're going physical now because of our amnesia. The sandstorm's gone. Okay, okay. Well, let's go Blizzard then, because it's back to 70% accurate instead of 50. See if we get lucky and get a freeze here. Nope. It was worth a shot, though. All right, Swampert goes down to Gastrodon. We don't really have anything great for dealing with the Gastrodon. Technically, we have Hippowdon with Fissure, but I'm also going to wait on that for a minute. Let's go Psychic. Did not take it out. It went for an attack instead of healing, though. Ooh, that hurt a lot, but we survived it. That should be enough to take it out. All right, Gastrodon goes down. All right, all right. Why is he putting Crawdon out there? We have Thunderbolt. All right. I mean, sure. And we're faster. Yeah, I was going to say, what? Why? Okay. So, we're looking good at the moment. All right, this is not so great because we're weak. Every member on the team is weak to that thing, either by Blizzard or Earthquake, either way. We are faster. There's our Fire Blast. It hits. Magmortar coming through in this one. I could have sworn that Mamoswine would have outsped a Magmortar, but all right. Maybe a speed tie. All right, Psychic. All right, I think this one's going to be pretty clearly the Haunter from the looks of it. Could be wrong, but that's what it's looking like. We'll go Thunderbolt this time, see if we can get Paralysis. We did not, but it was worth a shot. Magmortar finally goes down after 3 knockouts. Go back to Hippowdon. All right, no sun, so it can't solar beam us. All we got to do is hit it with an Earthquake, and we win this thing. All right, 2 rather uneventful battles to start off. It's what, a 3-0 victory? All right, so the higher seeds winning after the first battles. I will now pause and we'll switch Pokemon between me and the other player, and I'll be back with Game 2 of both series. All right, everybody, we're back. The trades have been made so that we can continue. So we go back now to Game 2 of the Pokemon Power and the Fairmont Flygon, except now I will be representing the Power. And to be honest, this has made me think of a new amendment to our rules, because I said that we would have 2 games, and in the event of a tie, the higher seed would win. Well, if that would have been a swept that last battle, a sweep, um, there would have been no point in really doing a second battle because if both teams swept each other, the tiebreaker would go to the higher seed. So I think in the future, in the event of there being a sweep in the first game by the higher seed just advances. There was not a sweep, so we will play a game 2, but that is how we're going to look at it in the future because it'd be stupid to just do an extra battle for the sake of doing an extra battle. I don't know. That's my opinion. I'll leave in the comments if you guys think we should do a second battle in those scenarios just for fun, or just see how close the other team could get, or if we should, like I said, just kind of call it quits at that point. All right, speaking of which, here we go. We're going to need a sweep because a 4-0 victory just results in a tie. So we're going to need a sweep here to pull it off. But we'll see what I can do. Of course, then again, I also like doing the extra battles because it gives me another chance to get another win on the record. So we'll see. We're going to start with Wall Rain. Usually I save Wall Rain for late in the game so it can sheer cold everything or come out at a crucial time. We need a sweep. So we're going to have to come out firing on all cylinders. All right. I led with Aggron before. What are they leading with? They chose Flygon. Okay. Well, that's a good start for us having the Wall Rain out there then. There's no way they're leaving the Flygon in. There's absolutely no way whatsoever that they're going to do that. So, I'm going to Hydro Pump. I'm not going to Sheer Cold because it might be Regice coming in. We're going to Hydro Pump. Yep. There we go. Glad I didn't do that. Because we might need those Sheer Colds. We don't want to waste a single one of them. All right. 1 for 1 on the Hydro Pump. Surely they're not going to hit me with an Ice move, right? Surely they're not going to try to Blizzard me. Okay, called that right. Now the question is, do I Horn Drill or Stone Edge? I feel like Stone Edge will get the job done if it hits. That's if it hits. They go for Blizzard. They do not miss. They hit Blizzard on the first try. We survive it because of Solid Rock. Do we land our Stone Edge? We do. Regice goes down. Okay. Now I got to be careful here. I'll probably have to switch out Rhyperior because, again, we got to go for a sweep. Like, we can't have anyone defeated if we want to try and win this. Which, don't get me wrong, I'll be happy if my Flygon advance, but I also see this as a challenge. Can I actually pull this off? Except for it knowing Earthquake, that would be a wonderful trade in there. You know what? Let's try Magnezone because it's probably going to waste a turn trying to get the speed boost anyway. And then we do have Sturdy, so even if it Earthquakes us, we'll get a shot to Thunder it. All right. All right, we're going to need Thunder to hit for us to have a chance here. We survive with 1 health because of Sturdy. Here comes the Thunder. We miss the Thunder. Well, now we're in a real bad spot because a lot of our stuff is weak to the Sharpedo. Yeah, our only hope now is that Walrein can hopefully tank a couple hits from it. All right, all right. Walrein did tank it pretty well. All right, they're going for the Night Slash. No crits, that's good for us. I was really hoping Earthquake would do more. I think, unfortunately, we're going to have to go for Sheer Cold. Because if we don't take it out this turn, it's gonna take us out. We get the Sheer Cold to land. Okay. The sweep is still alive for the moment. This is a tough one. I feel like they're going to go for the speed boost. So I'm going to go for the Earthquake and hope that I call that right. Would have liked more damage on there. That's why I was going Earthquake, because it's 4 times effective. Apparently Hydro Pump would have been better. Alright, did get the speed boost. It's going to come at us. If we put Gardevoir in there and it Iron Heads, it's done. So we got to put Toxicroak in and hope Toxicroak can survive it. I mean, I guess it could Stone Edge, but it's most likely going to Iron Head because that's a safer play, yeah. Oh, it's going to come down to if we flinch or not. Okay. We did not flinch. Okay, okay, and we get some of our health back. So Aggron will go down. Okay. Still got to get by Flygon and Dusclops. Dusclops doesn't scare me as much, but the Flygon does. Because Dusclops is slow. I gotta switch. Like, I have to. Because if we stay in there and go down, the chance to sweep is over. Like, it's not just about me winning this battle. I have to win with enough points to give the power a chance. Alright, Earth Power did a lot less than I thought it was going to do, so that helps. Interesting they went Earth Power again. I feel like Crunch would have been better as a physical attack. Flygon down in the red. Okay, okay. Do we survive this Earth Power? We do survive the Earth Power. Alright, Flygon goes down. Gardevoir to knockout. I might be able to pull this off. It comes down to Dusclops. If we can get around Dusclops without losing anybody, which is going to be tough because it does have Shadow Sneak. Oh, I was talking about it being slow, but it does have Shadow Sneak, so we got to get out of there. Everything's at risk because of Shadow Sneak. I think our best bet is to put Toxicroak in there. And then maybe Sucker Punch can outduel the Shadow Sneak. Let's see, defense here. We got 150, 110, 85. So Rhyperior is the one probably most likely to take a hit. Problem is, could it take 2 hits? Because it's going to Shadow Sneak twice. I think I got to go Toxicroak here. Oh, it's going to be close. Okay, it is going to be super close. I think that Dusclops is going to win this, though. Unless we get a crit. We did not get the crit. Oh, we did get a crit, but it wasn't enough. If we survive Shadow Sneak, we got a chance. If it go down, we went down, so that's going to be a win for the Flygon in the series. I can still win the battle, potentially here. There's a chance it might have survived 2 Shadow Sneaks, but it would have been real close. We would have had to hope for a lower damage roll. It did 16 there. All right, that is a 4-0 victory. Both sides had a 4-0 victory, which means the tiebreaker goes to the Fairmont Flygon. They will advance as the higher seed into the Final Four. But at least this should make the Power realize that their team wasn't that bad, considering that they also won a match 4-0 against the Flygon. I don't know. I almost feel like we should do a third battle because that just kind of leaves a bit of a taste in my mouth. We'll come back to that. For the time being, well, no, because if we did a third battle, I'd be in charge again, and the Flygon would likely win. So yeah, these are the rules we have set. The tie goes to the higher team. That's what the regular season was for, is to get that privilege. So the Flygon will advance after a 1-1 series. So congratulations to my team for advancing. And congrats to me for going 2-0 against the computer there. All right, moving on to the other the final match today. Game 2 of the Harper's Ferry Haunter. If I can find their logo again. And the Mamoswine Flu. Except this time I'll be in charge of the Mamoswine Flu. So I was 2-0 against the computer in that series. I beat the quote-unquote computer player representative earlier. So I'm 3-0 today, which means I'm due to lose. But we'll see how this goes. I don't think starting Bronzong was a bad idea they had last time. It was more just the lack of... They didn't use Trick Room on the first turn, and we got Bronzong out there against Heatran, which wasn't great. I think they're going to switch. I think they're going to do what I did. I guess I can update the board up there. I don't think I did that right. Yeah, I was going to say, it looked like there wasn't a space there. Okay, Flygon win that series 1-1. All right, the Heatran is out there. They're going to switch again, okay. We get a free shot at it with Earthquake. All right, here we go again. It's going to hurt us with liquidation, but we should survive it. And this should take it out if it stays in. It does stay in, so that's going to be a knockout for Mamoswine. All right, the Heat Train is back. It goes first. It uses Fire Blast and lands it. That's going to be a roasted Mamoswine. Sandstorm's gone now. Gastrodon. Yeah, with Swampert gone, I don't think they really have anything for dealing with Gastrodon. Alright, hitting us with the Dragon Pulse. Earth Power. Alright, Heat Train's gone. We have to have a 4-0 victory here. We've lost one, so that was my bad there. Got a little carried away in the battle. But even so, we could still win if we don't lose anybody else. I'm going to switch to Bronzong because that thing does have Fissure. And like I said, we can't lose anybody else. Of course, to be fair, I thought we would outspeed the Heatran. I guess I haven't battled against too many Heatran for a while, so I didn't realize how fast it could be. Earthquake, whatever comes in. Because Regirock and Magmortar are both weak to that, so yeah. Wow, that had to be a crit. There's no way. Yeah, I was going to say, there's no way. All right, well, Bronzong with the crit. Still alive. We still got a shot here. If we can get this down to just the Hippowdon, we win. Because all it can really do is Ice Fang us. I don't know who's slower here. So we're going to try Gyro Ball. It is slower than us, so we need to go Earthquake next time. Did get an Iron Defense up. That's not great for us. We need to switch now. Because if that thing gets a chance to start body pressing, we're in trouble. They'll probably get greedy and go for another Iron Defense after that weak attack of ours. Torkoal does have high defense, so he might survive a +4 body defense. Body press. We'll see. Do they get greedy or do they go for it now? They're going for it now. Torkoal survives with 6 health left. We're going to get a shot at Solar Beam. Regirock tanks it. Oh boy. We have nothing that can avoid getting body pressed. Our only hope is that Bronzong somehow survives it, and then we already know it can outspeed Regirock. Maybe we could hit it with like Psychic. Because we definitely aren't going to beat it with Earthquake or Gyro Ball. But we need, like, again, we can't lose anyone else or it's over. So that's why I'm doing the switch here. It's over. Bronzong goes down. Regirock securing the series victory for Harper's Ferry Haunter. The least I can do is try to go out with the win here, though. That Crab Hammer hits. It is not close to doing the amount of damage we need. Regirock takes it out. I was really hoping, because I believe, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that, doesn't Crab Hammer have a good shot at critical hits? Or am I misremembering? Yeah, high chance of critical hits. That's what I was hoping for there. I was hoping for super effective critical hit. I was worried that Gastrodon would get outsped. Now I'm going to have to use Gastrodon just because I have to. That thing is faster than Torkoal. It is also faster than Gastrodon. And that means that I think Regirock runs away with this at the end here. Torkoal gets to put the sun back out. Well, this series is going to be a lot less questionable. All right, Regirock body pressing again. And that's Regirock for the win. That is a 2-0 victory. All right, so in that series, the Harper's Ferry Haunter will win 2-0 in the series. Let me update that very quickly here. All right, so yeah, 2-0 series win for the Haunter. Flygon win via tiebreaker off a 1-1 series. So the higher seeds winning and advancing today. We'll move on to the next game. I mean, the only other idea I can think of for this 1-1 series is to have the bench Pokemon that were not selected play. But then we're talking about Drapion, Rotom Mow, Rotom Wash, and Sableye against a Skuntank, a Drifblim, a Snover, and a Vibrava. So, yeah. Yeah. So, and like I said, if I do a third battle, then somebody gets the advantage of having me again, which kind of defeats the purpose of doing the 2-battle system. So, unfortunately, that is the way our rules are written for this year and last year. So, that's how it goes. Maybe we'll rework it or come up with a better tiebreaker solution next year. I mean, Flygon pretty much have all the tiebreakers, I'm pretty sure, though. The only thing I can't, I'm not going to have the standings updated yet, but I am going to open them. Oh, well, just a sec. I don't have the thumb drive plugged in. Hang on a second. We'll try that. Like I said, I'm not going to update it on camera because that'll take too long. I'll update it and come back. But let's check real quick. Who won the regular season matchup between these two teams? I'm just trying to think of any tiebreakers that would make this even remotely close here. Yeah, the Flygon won the head-to-head. The Flygon had more wins, were the higher seed, and had more points. So, like, they just have every tiebreaker you can think of. So, I'm going to have to give it to the Flygon. I'll be back in just a moment after I finish updating the standings. All right, we're back. Our updated standings. Everyone still has the seeding that they had at the end of the regular season. That's why the games behind don't necessarily match, as well as having like 11-5 teams and 10-4 teams and everything kind of spread all out all over the place. I'm now 55-33 against the computer player this season, which is 62.5%. So second worst season on the win percentage, but like still very clearly winning close to 2/3 of the time. Updated statistics after today. The Power Walrein finishes with 20 knockouts on the season, only 9 feints. Gardevoir came in second with 10 for that team. Rhyperior got close to batting 500 there with its knockouts in the second game today. Fairmont Flygon at 13-7, Aggron at 12-7, Sharpedo at 11-6. Those three all doing really well. Regice kind of floating around at 500, 9-9. And Dusclops got back to 500 by going 4-4 now. Mamoswine flew. Mamoswine with 23 knockouts at 10 feints. It'll be done for the season, but that 23 is going to be hard for anyone left to beat. And Harper's Fairy Haunter, Heatran now the top dog with 14-6. It was already the top dog, but it stays top dog. Magmortar now with 11 knockouts. And there's our updated playoff bracket. As you can see, I even moved the word Final Four and Championship down so everyone could see better where we were. So our Final Four there is going to be the Raging Rayquaza, the 1 seed against the 4 seed Harper's Fairy Haunter. And we'll have the 3 seed Fairmont Flygon playing against the 2 seed Nightmare AC. It's the top 4 in the Final Four. Big surprise there. I know there's going to be some discourse about how the tiebreaker worked out with Flygon and Power, but that's been the tiebreaker, is that the higher seed gets the advantage. That's what the regular season's for, not just deciding who gets in the playoffs, but who has the advantage. So the Flygon win with that. And like I said, with this system, this setup, there's not really a way to do, like we could do best of 3, but then one team, like that's another advantage. Like the Flygon would have had me at the helm for a third game. And we saw then both of those matchups, basically whoever had me won. So you never know. It's Pokemon. Something crazy could happen in that third matchup. But this is how we did it last season. That's how we're doing it this season. It's the first time we've ever had to use that tiebreaker to decide who advanced. But that is why the regular season matchups are important. If it would have been flipped and the Power were the 3 seed and the Flygon were the 6, the Power would have advanced in that scenario. So that's what we're looking at. Nightmare won both of the regular season matchups against the Flygon, so no doubt they'll have the advantage there, as well as being the higher seed. And Raging Rayquaza, just being the dominant team all season, will have the advantage against the Harper's Fairy Haunter. Same rules. There'll be 2 matches, with the higher seed having the tiebreaker. And we'll see where we go. So we'll have our Final Four next week. And if you guys liked what you saw here today, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that YouTube nonsense. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.